Hey everybody, this is So Many Sequels. I'm Josh.
And I'm David.
I'm Garrett. Look and see, you do this for 7 seasons and you forget to unmute still. So you never forget the small things.
Rookie mistake.
But you mouthed I'm Garrett, so I went ahead.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. People knew.
The viewers will know.
They'll see the beat.
They're going to be thrown. Why are they saying it out of order?
Exactly. Welcome to the show. This is week 2 of Oscar Madness month of March, where we're talking about Best Picture winners all month long. We did In the Heat of the Night last week, which was Garrett's pick. This week we're going to do my pick, which is Amadeus. Came out in 1984, won Best Picture along with a slew of other awards. We're going to talk about that later in the show. But first, of course, we got to catch up on what's been going on with everybody lately. And David, I know that you got to do a rare outing to the movie theater recently.
I did.
What did you go see?
Oh, I saw one of my most anticipated movies of the year, Kung Fu Panda 4.
Oh my gosh.
I think on our most anticipated, I phrase it as I love those Kung Fu Panda movies, and I do. Each one of them is very good, and this one was also pretty good. I wouldn't say it was as good as the other 3, but I would challenge anybody to find me a more consistent franchise than the Kung Fu Panda franchise. It is like, they are all either 4 or 4.5 stars, or 5 stars like Kung Fu Panda 2. They are an incredible group of films. For me, it's the closest thing is like a lot of people love the How to Train Your Dragon movies. Never seen any of them, but everybody says they're great. Okay. And for me, this is my How to Train Your Dragon. Is the Kung Fu Pandas.
They are good. The How to Train Your Dragon.
They cut a lot of characters and brought in some new ones. I guess they just thought it was going to be too many people if they brought in like 4 new characters, but have the existing like 8 others that they already have. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, losing some of the other big names, but I found it fine. I found the story to be fine. The action animation is so good in these movies, like the choreography. It's clear that like the people who work on these movies love martial arts films. You can just feel it and you can see it. So it was good. It's funny. Jack Black's always very funny in these. And a banger of a credits song where he sings Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears. And maybe improves it. Maybe the best version ever. If it's not Kelly Clarkson doing your song better, it's Jack Black. Sorry, Britney.
It's true.
Wow. I don't even know.
I had to go there.
I don't even know how to respond to this because I have. Don't get me wrong. I've seen the video of Jack Black singing it, and I'm happy with the video. But that's a bold statement, sir.
This is not gotten to me yet.
It's something about Jack Black's voice. The way he goes, one more time. You can't. What are you gonna do?
I'm nervous. I want to hear it, but I don't.
Oh, you haven't heard it? You haven't heard Jack Black singing?
This has not gotten
Hit Me Baby One More Time?
This has not gotten to me yet.
It's pretty good. So, okay. Yeah, I would say pretty good. I give it 4 stars myself. Wow. Your mileage may vary, but one of these days I'll sit down and we'll force you guys to watch the Kung Fu Panda movie.
So Kung Fu Panda 4, 4 stars, but also not as good as the other 3. Are those all 5 bangs for you? 5, 5, 5?
No. So 1 in 3 or 4.5. 2 is 5.
Ooh, okay, interesting. I know almost nothing about the movies, so one day perhaps I'll watch them.
The great thing about the Kung Fu Panda series is they metaphorically are just like their lead character, who looks buffoonish and dumb and seems like a really bad idea. But there's more beneath the surface, So that was what I discovered in 2008, roughly, and it's maintained all the way through.
I choose to believe it's an animated version of Beverly Hills Ninja, and I'll hear nothing of the sort.
Not necessarily wrong.
Not far
Better,
off,
but not necessarily wrong.
Huh? I'm tempted.
So one of these to talk about, but I also watched. At my wife's behest, the Mean Girls.
Oh, okay.
Mean Girls. It's not called the Mean Girls musical, but it's called Mean Girls, the movie with Renee Rapp and company.
Yeah, it's the full time.
Yeah.
Mean Girls movie with Renee Rapp and company.
And I don't think it was possible for me to like it as much as the first one, as the original, because that was my Mean Girls.
Well, sure.
But it was actually a pretty entertaining movie. It was well done. I thought that the way they incorporated music into it, the songs into it, was interesting. Where they chose to put songs and where they didn't. So pretty fun. I like that it's a little meta at times. There's some characters that talk about how they couldn't do a song, or they couldn't do something because they were in the middle of a song and dance or whatever. So I don't know. It's kind of funny. And I love the young performances. I thought that, by the way, the parent casting in that movie is fantastic. Renee Rapp and Busy Phillips, but also the lead actress who's playing Caddy, her mom being Jenna Fisher. I was like, this is perfect. Anyway, I'll stop going. Garrett, you also saw Mean Girls, I believe, right?
Yeah, it finally came out. It is streaming on Peacock, I believe. I don't actually know where it's at. I found it somewhere. And I also found it very enjoyable. I think that this did a really good job of bringing it to a modern stage for a new generation. So yeah, I don't think it hit with me as strong as the other one, but I also didn't see the original one until like 2 years ago. So, whatever. It's not necessarily something that is deeply connected to me. I do think that everybody that was in it gave a great performance and sang wonderfully. I think I gave it a very strong 2.5, just because it didn't wow me, it didn't knock my socks off in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And again, for me, I typically say that most movies that make it into a theater are a 2.5 at best. And so for me, I watched it at home. Had I seen it into the theater, I'm sure it would have been easily bumped up to a 3 or 3.5.
Yeah, so, your 2.5 is your true middle.
It is.
And I can't be there with you on that. But
I see so many movies though.
I
see so many movies, and more of them are bad than good. So. So the average is where I try to stay.
See, and I hover in the 3. The 3, if it meets expectation, it's 3. But if it goes beyond, then we start getting into better territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh? You've already seen Mean Girls.
Yeah, I saw Mean Girls in the theater. I liked it more than I expected to. I haven't seen the Broadway musical, and I also hadn't really been exposed to the music. I don't often... It's not often that the Broadway soundtrack makes it to me before I see the show, unless it's something like Hamilton big, So I am unfamiliar with what the original soundtrack sounds like. So that said, I was like, yeah, I like this. I've seen, since there are some complaints from fans of the Broadway musical that they changed some things up that people don't like as much. So I can't really speak to that, but I really liked the music. Thought the songs were fun. I thought the cast was really fun. I thought in some ways there's some serious improvements. This is not a better movie than Mean Girls 2004, but I do think there's some improvements. Like I said, again, the casting. No disrespect to what Rachel McAdams did with Regina George, but I thought Renee Rapp was even more villainous in a very fun musical way.
See, and I'm different on that.
Oh, you're different on that, huh? No, see, I thought she was great.
Well, I don't think she's bad.
Well, no, I know.
But I think, personally, I guess this is just when I was 14 versus being 34. I was just more intimidated as a 14-year-old by Rachel McAdams than I am as a 34-year-old by Renee Rapp. I guess just maybe because I'm so much older than them. I don't know.
That's why, that's fair.
It's an age thing, I think.
Could be. Yeah, it's it's no disrespect. I just was I think I like this one better.
Well, she's more age appropriate, obviously.
Right. And then there's some really fun jokes in there that I really appreciated that just reek of Tina Fey. There's a scene where the Damien character is singing the iCarly theme song in French, and that is hysterical. There is a moment where Tina Fey is about to sing, and then it's cut off right at the moment. That's hysterical.
My wife thinks that the Damien character is an improvement, one of the improvements over the original.
I agree. I do.
I don't want to take any away from that from the original actor, but yeah, they're both very, very good.
Yeah. So I agree. Mean Girls is the musical is pretty fun. It makes me want to see the stage play for sure, and that's streaming now on Paramount Plus.
So, Josh, I think we referenced it when we talked about In the Heat of the Night, but you had a bit of a viral explosion just recently.
Yeah, the way we
Not like a sickness.
no, you got to be careful with the words viral explosion these days. But yeah, just the way we record this show, we hadn't really had the opportunity to talk about it yet. But yeah, I had a weird movie related social media viral video experience that was unexpected and strange, and I felt like we should probably talk about it on the show because it was kind of cool. Because it involved, I was at a movie theater. I saw this guy in Dune cosplay. I was like, that's amazing. I'm going to take a video of him. I did. I put it online. And everybody agreed. It was amazing. Like, it was huge. That's the basic premise of what happened, right? So it's just really cool to me that it's about someone making the movie theater experience really fun and cool again. So,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It's weird.
you say everyone agreed, but it's not just it's like 4 million views at this point.
Yeah.
It was featured on At Midnight and Fallon Tonight.
Yeah, it's a nice show.
Which I know you as a little college geek really wanted to write for the Fallon show.
Connoisseur of late night television, yeah.
The only thing better would be Conan referencing it on his podcast in a few weeks.
Right. No,
But it was pretty cool. This guy is just riding I assume a hoverboard covered in like one of those tubes that dogs run through at the American Kennel Club, I think. He's made an incredible suit. He seemed like a cool dude. I saw a few other videos where he talked about it. I think when you referenced it the other week, you were like, "Did you guys see that video I posted?" And we were like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, it's got like 1,000 views." And then, boom.
Did you get a chance to talk to the cosplayer himself?
not in depth, really. So, like I said, I didn't know the guy at all. I was going to see Drive Away Dolls, which I did not enjoy. But I got this out of it, so that was a nice trade-off. I was in the concession line. And so to go into more detail, he was in a full, like, Paul Atreides Dune costume with, like you said, some kind of hoverboard. I think it was a one-wheel, actually, style hoverboard that he had fashioned this, like, child's, like, tube, you know, like for a fort to make, that he had spray painted and decorated and all that. I don't know. He ended up getting interviews and stuff with IGN and some other big publications talking about his process of making it. So check those out. But he was just like zooming around. And I was like, that's amazing. I need a video of that. Took it, posted it later. Yeah, I started to notice it was like getting some buzz when we were recording in the heat of the night. And then by morning, it was like over 1 million views and it was going wild. And everybody was in my DMs. And then, yes, he found me, messaged me. He was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Can you tag me in the videos? I was like, yes, absolutely. So I added him to everything. So we messaged back and forth a couple more times just about making sure the video was allowed where he wanted it to be allowed, and me and all that stuff. And it was cool. It was crazy. He posted a video a little bit afterward that he had made with like more behind the scenes stuff of him zooming around the movie theater, and it also took off and has gotten even more views, which is awesome. I think from all the interviews and stuff he's gotten from doing the cosplay, and he was like, I just wanted to like go do something fun.
Yeah, it's rare that you can break the internet because of just like fun things, and that's awesome.
Right.
So like I'm sure that's a really nice feeling. And also, I don't want to speak for you two, but I'm going to. We extend a formal invitation that if you would like to join us on the podcast, welcome, come hang out and do some movie reviews with us. Feel free to cosplay it up, should you choose. Not required.
Join us.
Totally optional.
Pretty soon we'll do, I'm going to say like 3 years from now, 2 years from now, however long it takes for Dune Messiah to come out, we'll do Dune June, and we'll do all the Dunes, and we will have a blast. We'll talk, and you can come join us for Dune Messiah.
Yeah. I did also let him know that I was like, hey, I also do geeky movie things and have a podcast. Maybe we should do something someday. So yes, that invitation's out there. If you want to check him out, he's at Red Prince Rising. Print like a printer. Jesse Meyer on Instagram and TikTok. So check him out.
I love my last thing about that. I love that everybody's joke was the same joke, which was he rides up and says, "1 ticket to Drive-Away Dolls," or one ticket to Migration, please, or whatever, whatever the most random movie
Madam
somebody
Web
could think of was.
One movie with Madam Web was please. The Tonight Show joke, which was also in like 100,000 of the comments. I don't know. It was fun. It was fun for a day for like all these brand accounts to be commenting on my video. Like Dolby is in there. Legendary Pictures is in there. Drumstick, the ice cream cones, they're in there. That's fun.
That's the best one. Oh my god.
Why did they comment? Was there a drumstick in the background?
No, they just loved it, I guess, and they actually commented a lot. They followed up and did multiple comments.
Love that for them.
Who else? Dude Wipes, that's a fun one.
Yes.
I'm like thinking of all the dumb brands that commented. No, we love the brands.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor our podcast, you're also more than welcome.
We're always open.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, we'll work on getting the next viral video on our So Many Sequels podcast.
Until then.
The next time I engineer one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Until then, you can subscribe to us on YouTube.
Exactly.
And you might find them there.
Yep. Check us out on YouTube. So Many Sequels in your YouTube app. We are gunning for a goal of 121 subscribers. We're getting closer. We're inching closer. So go check that out in the app and subscribe there, and then also in your podcasting app. You can find links to all that at SoManySequels.com.